Yeah, okay, mate. Let's have a look here. You're looking to accumulate Fet. Fet has been a good runner in the past. You're looking between 50 and 70. They need new name week candle. New name week candle on September the 9th, I think you said there. Um, yeah, very interesting. I was just pointing out there that this had a similar pattern to Bitcoin in the fact that it was a large giant pressure cooker on the weekly chart and it exploded eventually. Suppose we can look at it here, kind of similar. Some of these. This is Bitcoin here. It's got this sort of pattern here. This is Tron in here. Now we've been talking about Tron since it was right down in here that this was already developing and it's actually played out fantastic. I think it'll be in the bullish what do you call it? I think it's a bullish pattern channel from memory, and this is also Bitcoin here back in 2016, 14 to 16 in here, and that pattern exploded. Fed also had a similar type of pattern where you get this sort of rounding of that white 100, and obviously the pattern itself, you get the move up here and the drop in the bear market, the break up from the bear market, the bullish consolidation with all moving averages. Um, and then, you get all of this moving average support, which supports price and allows price, prevents price from falling, and price that noise propels the price upwards. What I will see here, the first thing I notice when I turn averages like this, it can be a choppy period, right? Now sometimes it can go down, pierce below. If pierces below this purple 200, you are usually fantastic. But in here, often builds out a range in here, right? So this, it is not always an easy place to be trading as such. But for accumulation, yeah, potentially. But be prepared for a period. Um, is there any other examples? There's a period here. See there, it's not identical, but you can see the drop here with the moving averages on the bottom coming in. Now you can see this here, right? What happened in between it? It was very choppy, and eventually it actually broke before moving back up. Um, in that situation, and there's another one here. Look at the moving average coming in underneath, and the moving average coming down below. But look at the action in between. This put in a base before being broken up. Okay, this time this one actually broke down, this one broke up, and we are about to form another one, I would suggest. Uh, Now there is ways to trade these, and they would be to, well, you would essentially find the first low, and markets love to do this because it can potentially, I don't know what I clicked there. No, okay, I unclicked it. Like say if this is the first low, what you'd want to see is you'd want to see a kind of a deviation, in a way it's a kind of a stop on, but what it is, it's almost like a failed move down. Um, do we have any examples here? Not really. Well, that did pierce below it. There's the first low. It actually did just pierce below it here. Where was those examples? See here, see you get the first low and price bounces, but it fails to go below. It stop hunts the first low, but it's a failure to break down, and then price recovers and you get this huge bounce. Um, Here's one here as well. Well, you could have bought here. There's your first low, but it did go below it, and as soon as you're back above, let's draw a line. As soon as you're back above there, the line, which is the previous low, you can be buying that for a bounce. And, it's above the line and it moved off it. What actually happened is it failed above the previous high. So once it fell, this is a rejection. Once it fell below this line again, well, technically it's bearish because it shouldn't be breaking back below this low. It should be breaking out and moving higher like it did here. See, break out and it continues to run. Um, this one failed, and as soon as it's back below the red line, well, it's shorted, and you can see it actually collapsed. So that's what I'm getting at here. Um, I think that the best buy point probably going to be here, for example, because this is the most recent low that we have. So buying below the low in there, or wait until price gets above the green line again. So price will drop down at some, like it could bounce here, but in theory it should give another low, right? It doesn't always, and then you may miss it if it doesn't happen. But in theory, this is the best place to be buying, either right here when it gets back above the green line, or you can start to build a position below it. It is a little bit of a knife catch. Have master moving averages here, right? And I would suggest that there is some sort of support that will coincide with here, with the moving averages, so you can kind of see this point, this point. In here, there's definitely an order block in there, and you can see resistance here and here, and that's where it broke down. That was a major top. So in and around that red 200 moving average, it does look like a fantastic point to start buying. Oh, you had a point. You said 70 to 50 again, didn't you? Let's just look at 70 to 50. I forgot about you said that. So you're dead right. 50 to 50 to 70 in here. Yeah, yeah. I'm all with you on that. I didn't even look at those numbers. Um, I had forgot that you said that. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think so as well, because I would like to see that previous low taken out in theory, but also a retest of these master moving averages. Um, you probably should be prepared for some sort of chop. I would suggest if you don't get it, I would be surprised if there's no chop in this sort of situation. But when you get moving averages after a huge move or large moves, big look at this big move here, and when you get that pullback, the moving averages drop. Okay, when the moving averages drop into supportive moving averages, quite often, I would say a high percentage of time, there is, I'd say at least 70% of the time, that there is usually some sort of choppy period. The choppy period may still give a decent bounce up here and then probably come back down, you know. There definitely can be moves within this, but overall, it should be a period of chop. And the idea would be, if it gives it this low, because in this choppy period, the market loves to retest the low and possibly take it out. And the other thing I kind of like about it, um, these large candles, sorry, all these alarms going off, and headset pocket. Well, um, what I was going to say, this isn't a decent area right here. It really is. Um, but I do often like to see these giant candles get kind of taken out. Um, It is interesting though to see how much it's dropped. It's definitely into a decent area because obviously you can see right here. That's a major level coming in there. Um, yeah, so in the smaller time frames, it does look like it wants to go lower there at some point, or that would be a fantastic place to be accumulating. On this time frame, 3 month time, it's showing you that it is into a major level already. Uh, let's just look through a few more. After these huge moves up and you get the drops, it's going to mark that there, somewhere there. Uh, it's coming back into support there, but it's difficult to pinpoint that. Sometimes they don't drop this much at all, right down to above the previous high or whatever and move off. Depends how strong, depends on the type of market and all the rest. You mentioned the 9 week candle. Yeah. Um, the other thing is, I talked about going below this previous low. What if that doesn't happen? What if on a new 9 week candle, because it's not that far away, what if a new 9 week candle, it actually just takes liquidity, right, into here. So definitely have to be on guard for that, and the fact that it may not come down and stop hunt or take out those lows, because there may be major lows in place in a lot of coins in the market because of the size of the moves in some of these altcoins. So, definitely be watching on a new 9 week candle. I agree with that. Um, See, this is frustrating. It's not easy when a market finishes on a large red flush candle like this, because a lot of times these candles do like to be taken out. Um, Like, is there any other example? Like, see here, see that one there? It never, oh, it did take it out. I was going to say it never took it out. See, that's good. That's what I mean. See these large candles? It's awkward when when a market tries to finish on those. Market does not like to put a low on those large candles because of the selling. It is kind of better if you do take out the lows of these large candles. Like here, here's a large candle. What happened? Well, the buy was below the large candle, and then it moved up from there. Um, there's a large candle right here, and it never. This was also a stop onto the large. The ideal. Yeah, sorry about the noise. This headset that I have here, there's something wrong with the volume, and I can't adjust the volume coming from Discord, which is frustrating. Uh, I'm back to Australia in 10 days' time, so I'll be looking forward to getting back to my proper gear. But yeah, so they do like to get stop on it anyway. I forget what I was saying there now with that noise. But so, if, like, if it does give the choppy, I was kind of talking about, this is green, and this could go a bit higher. And th- and then and then later, ideally later, come back down, stop on this low for the ultimate buy before the move up. Right? That's the way I would foresee it happening. Um, it does look like this is the perfect place because, I don't like the size of that candle, and also the when you combine those, pierces below that. I think that was a 3 month candle as well. Look good. There is a few things saying possibly, but um, definitely watch in between here, in between taking liquidity on that 9 week. Look here, see this 9 week here? Look what happened. The 9 week took liquidity in this previous red wick before mooning to the upside. So definitely worth watching. Um, these can bounce a bit higher, but as you mentioned, you want to accumulate lower, which I tend to agree with. Um, I'm not a fan in buying these right now. These can go higher up into, maybe up into here first before, coming back down somewhere in there before coming down and filling out this choppy range or whatever. Like this is a perfect example here. You can get these. It's a decent move back up. There can be more room for this to move up, to be honest. But I do think you'll get another chance a bit lower. Anyway, mate, I didn't realize 12 minutes, 13 minutes almost. Yeah, sorry for the long video, and I hope you're well.